It's the R&B Show. Area and beyond, featuring Ricardo Arguello.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating up all the food.
And Brett Christopherson.
This guy threw at his own kid in a father-son game.
Produced by Jim Rosendick.
The once great chef, now a study in muffishness.
And Trent Tetzloff.
Oh, you can count. Good for you.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
And now, the best dang prep sports duo in Wisconsin. Here's Ricardo and Brett.
Oh, but we're not. We're
Whoop.
We're Trent,
Sorry.
but we're Trentless, is what you're saying though right now, because Brett, get this. This kid thinks that he can go on vacation. Can you believe this? He's on vacation.
I tell you what, Trent, I know you're watching. I know you're listening out there. And, hey, I have, 7-8 more days yet I have to burn before 2018 becomes 2019. It doesn't work that way, Trent. I probably won't even get to use all my days.
Aww.
No, that's my fault.
Aww.
But come on. You have an obligation to be here. You're part of the team. Get your butt in here.
All right, leave him alone. He's a good kid. He needs time off. Don't want to burn him out.
He's capable.
He's very capable. I don't want to burn him out because he's doing a great job
He
for
is.
us here on the R&B Show. Now, is it episode number 14? Is that what you're saying, Rosie?
I don't know. Is it 13
I
or
thought it was
14?
13 or 14, but we'll figure it out afterwards when I post it
Your
on iTunes.
scripts are like my Clubhouse scripts where there's always something wrong in there because I haven't updated it.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
And you're doing that too with your numbering system.
yeah.
I think we're at 14.
Okay, well, we'll say 13/14, 13/14.
Exactly. In the neighborhood.
Only podcast dedicated to high school sports in the Fox Valley. I'm your co-host, Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson, both of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Don't forget about Jim Rosendick. He's here, but Trent Tetzloff is not. So, Rosie, are you sure you can handle everything, my friend?
I think so.
Okay,
Do I
good.
get to draft for him then too? Or
No.
Maybe Trent from far, wherever he is, and again, if he's watching,
Yeah.
maybe he can determine through Twitter
Or
who
No.
wins the
he can-
draft.
or maybe he can send
pick.
his picks in through Facebook.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh,
I'll tell you this,
okay.
though. I was actually going to have it where every week now, Brett, and I know you guys were unhappy about me kind of being the judge, jury, and
I
executioner.
didn't care.
Hold on a minute. I know I said Brett was, really.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. I'd like to at least maybe try it this way. We'll all vote every week, Rosie, and
Okay.
then have Twitter world decide.
Oh, all right.
Maybe I'll do a little poll.
See how this
There we
always
go.
keeps changing?
Yeah,
Just
'cause we're
find a
evolving.
format.
We're
evolving.
we're an evolving show, Brett. We're not
Evolving.
stale like some shows that I know. I won't mention the names, but we like to evolve. We like to progress. That's what we do here on the R&B Show podcast. But hey, that's the fantasy draft. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about some of the topics we're going to be speaking of in the next few minutes. Basketball. Just going to maybe give an overview of the last couple of weeks that we've been seeing. Also, last Wednesday we had our Fab 5 photo and video shoot here. We'll get Rosie's thoughts on that and how much fun that was, kind of getting everyone together here to get that done. Also, and I've been meaning to talk about this, Brett, because there's some new faces around the valley when it comes to hoops. And in some significant places, especially some of the city schools, as well as some other top areas like Little Chute, Fox Valley Lutheran, Menasha. So we'll kind of get updated there and maybe our thoughts on how maybe some of these new coaches are going to do. Then we preview our roundtable with Rights Touts Ella Denny and Bridget Froelke. And then again, the fantasy draft, top TV game shows. So there you go. And Wendy Reed is already saying, hey, good afternoon, boys.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. Yeah, always
Wendy.
nice to see you. We appreciate you listening in every week to us goofballs. But, we really do appreciate it and hope you continue to do so. So what's on your mind, Brett? You're drumming your fingers. You got something that's on your mind.
No, nothing really. I'm just kind of letting you
Oh, okay.
go down the game plan. I am curious about a show that you're saying is stale. You think that Clubhouse Live is stale?
Did I say Clubhouse Live?
Yeah, I think that's what you're
Maybe I meant
insinuating.
Varsity Roundtable.
Varsity Roundtable's not stale, is it?
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I'm not talking about Varsity Roundtable.
What do we have to do to
Did
spice it up?
Brett, did you ever think that maybe I'm kidding? I don't want to get you under your skin now. You
have me perplexed. I'm wondering what show
I was
you're
just
talking
playing
about.
because I like pushing your buttons, Brett. You start getting all worried
Hey,
about
Rosie,
things.
stop the stream. I want to talk to Ricardo.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
stop
here,
and go.
hang on.
But
No more recording.
All right, let's switch topics. I don't want to get Brett all mad and stuff because I'm going on vacation next week and you're kind of running the show here.
I don't think we're going to have an R&B show.
We're not going to have an R&B podcast, Rosie?
I don't know unless you want.
Because I asked Mike Sherry to sit in for me if that was the case.
Well, we'll figure it out, but I got to talk to some people about that. You're the star of
get
of
outta
the
here
show.
with that.
It'd be like you trying to take over for Clubhouse Live.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Apparently, it's too stale for you.
It's
though.
a little too stale. Word on the street is Brad's a little too stale. No, I will be in New York City next week from Tuesday through Friday, or early Friday. So yeah, I won't be here. But R&B podcast can go without me, I think, in my opinion, and the roundtable as well. But we'll talk about that more as the week progresses. But right now, basketball thoughts, because we've had 2 live streams. We talked a little bit about last week's Kimberly Appleton West boys game. Tuesday, we had our first girls live stream, Brett, Kimberly and Hortonville. I think you were surprised at how fast-paced it was in the first half, weren't you?
Yeah, 34-31, Kimberly with the lead. Again, going into that game, both teams ranked top 10 on the coaches poll. I believe Kimberly 3rd right now in Division I and Hortonville 4th. They moved up 3 spots in Division II. The latest poll was released yesterday, but I said that on the stream yesterday or at halftime too. I said it was a high-scoring game, and especially for a guy like Troy Cullen who hangs his hat on tough defense. I mean, Troy's been there for years, and it's always been that has been the staple is a lockdown defense. I said, at halftime, both sides,
right,
defense is going to be a point of emphasis, and it certainly was. As the Papermakers only, they held the Polar Bears to 21 second-half points and really locked them down. I know you talked to Troy Cullen afterwards as you're getting a phone call in your cell.
Yep.
Decline. We're busy, whoever you are.
Right.
But I know you talked to Troy, and that was what he talked about was getting it back to playing Papermaker defense.
And Papermaker defense leads directly into Papermaker offense because some of the key runs in that game were triggered by the defense and then finished on transition layups. I want to say by Shea Decken.
She had a big game.
She had a big game. So did Maddie Schreiber, 28 points. I want to say, and Decken had 18. Yeah. Fine performance by the Kimberly Papermakers, and Hortonville looked great for the first half. Brett, they have the young kid, the young Pepler point guard, who's going to looks like she's going to be another star for Hortonville, who they already have one of the best ones around in Macy McGlone, the UW Milwaukee recruit.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine in Division II. You always got to remember, the FBA has some Division I teams and Division II teams, so I think Hortonville will be just fine. We all know about Beaver Dam being there, but I think Hortonville has a great shot to maybe make it back down to Camp Randall.
Yeah, they're going
to the Rec Center. You never know. They're going to play Camp
Randall. I think your brain is getting stale.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Cammie Pepler, the freshman point guard, wow. Not afraid to light it up, not afraid to let it fly. She's taking some deep threes, 21-foot type stuff, and you have her down for 15. I had her down for 17. I have her.
Look, I took the official book score from the Hortonville guy.
I think they're wrong.
Okay, all right. Brett's never wrong.
I'm giving her
as we
2
know.
more points.
Okay, I took it from the Hortonville. I took it from the Hortonville book.
Why would I have unless I gave her 2 points and somebody else I didn't give?
Maybe you're getting a little older. Maybe your eyesight isn't as good as it used to be.
I'm looking at the box score, and that sounds right. I should go get my book and
forget about it. Let it go, man.
Cammie, I'm giving you 2 more points.
No.
So hey.
All right, but your official Hortonville scorekeeper gave you 15. I'm going with 15.
Hey, can I also tell the Coach Ratka, Celeste Ratka at Hortonville, make sure you get your stuff entered into wisports.net too, because that's such a great resource to grab stats. Kimberly has everything. They got shooting percentages, rebounds, steals, blocks, all that stuff. Turnovers. I'd like to see coaches get in the habit of doing that because as we prepare for our live streams,
right. Could happen.
It's big for the game notes, so please do so.
Hey, want to send a shout out to my man Jerry Laundrie for checking us out. And Wendy's like, hey, Ricardo, you could have a satellite stream from New York on Wednesday. No,
there we go.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to be trying to enjoy NYC. Never been there.
It's possible we might have to pull the plug though, because Thursday I have been recruited to head down to Milwaukee.
Oh, I did not know this. Okay,
for a big powwow as we talk about some of the top prep athletes of all time in state history.
Fun.
And I've got a 3-hour
Let me
block.
tell you, and Brett cannot.
Starts at 2:30 down at the Journal Center.
He cannot wait for this. Brett is excited. He's been talking about it for weeks.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Me and Dan Cohn going down, and Robert Zizzo from the sports editor of the Press Gazette. We're going to meet with Mike Davis, J.R. Radcliffe, Mark Stewart down at the Journal Sentinel offices. The powwow starts at 2:30.
Wow. Will you be fed?
I don't know, but it goes up.
There's got to be snacks.
2:30 to 5:30, so I'm obviously going to have to get down there a little bit earlier. And, if not, I'm going to have to find a place to eat. Maybe Major Goolsby's right down the road.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe I can run into Giannis.
There you go.
He'll be walking around the arena right next
door.
door.
Show him a few tips on how to shoot the 3 around the world.
So anyway, I don't know. Maybe we might have to give ourselves a little bit of a break next week. So we'll play it out. We'll figure it out.
The stories you could tell in that car ride down.
With
all 3.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. Though.
I think it's me solo.
Brett's got to drive.
Brett likes riding solo.
Or I need to drive because I do have a tendency to get car sick if I'm riding.
Yep.
All right, likely excuse. Anyway, let's talk a little about the first 3 weeks of the season. Brett, any surprises? Any I guess in a good way. Any surprises? Any teams kind of jump out at you?
No, other than like we've kind of stressed it numerous times. There's a lot of good teams out there, and we talked about losing some of the big names on the boys' side, particular. But there's really good boys basketball teams out there, and these races are wide open. I see a lot of even teams right now going in. I know Kimberly's a favorite both in boys and girls, but they're not the clear-cut favorite. They're not the faraway favorites. And you look at the Northeastern, same thing. You got Wrightstown, Freedom, and Luxembourg-Casco on the girls' side. And the boys' side, we talked about the 5-team race, a bunch of even teams there between Wrightstown, Freedom, Little Chute, Denmark, and Marinette. So, and then on the Bay side, I haven't really looked too closely at what's going on.
If you want to check out the Bay quick, Brett, I don't mean to go negative here, but I think a surprise a little bit has been Seymour boys. I think have started a little slow.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Because I expected them to be kind of off to a fast start this year under Coach Murphy. They've been building something there for a while. This used to be a Division II power for a long time, and they kind of went through a little bit of a,
yeah, they're 1-2.
Unsuccessful spell. They're 1-2. I expect them to be 2-1 by at minimum so far. But there's a lot of season left.
Well,
but
and I got nobody's played a conference game yet.
Right.
But let me tick down here how the Bay looking right now. The Bay on the boys' side. You got Green Bay East 0-3, Green Bay West 3-2, Menasha 2-2, New London 2-1. Watch out for Kurt Schomer's Bulldogs.
Okay.
Seymour 1-2, Shawano 1-2, West De Pere 1-1, and Xavier 1-2. Now it's very early. But kind of strange to see those records, nobody really standing out yet.
Well, let's talk a little about Menasha, Brett, because that's one of the topics going to the next discussion with the new coaches. And they're under former St. Mary Catholic star Sam Kozlowski is now their head coach. I know he's very excited about being the head guy there. Now, I think they started 2-0. Now they're 2-2, but that's one team, in my opinion, to watch because anytime you have a new coach, Brett, it invigorates the team. We kind of see that, in my opinion, with Little Chute. I think they're excited what they have with Jacob Van Roy. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
And then FVL with Nick Carbula. Could I say that right? Nick Carbula. But then you look at Appleton as boys. Chris Kellett, Darren Przinski, or Kellett on the boys' side, and then girls' side is Darren Przinski, longtime assistant coach there for under Russum. And then the East boys, Adam Mollick, they're off to 3-1.
Who came from
Menasha, right. So you're looking at, in my opinion, a lot of a lot of new faces, but a lot of it's going to be a lot of interesting basketball because there's a lot of fundamental changes in how these teams operate as compared to maybe the previous coaches.
I think you're going to see a revitalization when you look on the boys' side here in the city. I think Chris Kellett is going to do really good things at Appleton North. It's going to take a little time, but he's a really good coach. He had proven himself at Shawano. He was really doing some good things over at Shawano. Then wanted to come back into the college ranks, came to Lawrence University, and he's a basketball junkie. I said it many times. I remember covering him as an athlete when he was at Neenah High School. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. So, and now I think he's got a kid and everything, which just tells you how old I am. But I'm not that old. I'm not that old yet, everybody. So I want to make that point clear to everybody listening. And also on the, if you guys know what I mean, and also on the with Mollick at Appleton East, he was doing good things at Menasha, and you see East off to a good start. So I look at in the years to come that the city is going to be pretty strong, and then Brendan Hussey always has really good teams at Appleton
West. Their team looks great this year. They put a 100-burger up on a team recently, 100-88. They won, and they're off to a good start. In my opinion, going to finish in the top half of the conference, no matter what Mark Miller says in the WBY.
Sam Kozlowski, too, at Menasha. I remember covering him when he was at St. Mary Central, now Catholic, and I believe, I'll have to go back, I think I took him on in a free throw contest because he was one of the state's top, I think, shooters, three-point shooters. So it was one of those when I was in a stretch where I was doing, like, first-person type stuff, trying to think of unique ways to featurize some of our good athletes in the area, and I think he got me. I think he got me in overtime.
He did, huh? Oh, interesting stuff.
Or did I throw it?
No. Przinski, I think, is doing a good job over at Appleton North. Everyone's kind of like not talking about the Lightning, even though they're the two-time defending Division I state champs. And when I interviewed them last Friday, they kind of like that idea of them being a little bit of the underdog. I know I'll talk to Nikki Van Handel for a little bit there, as well as Anna Laux, and that's a good team. That's a good team. Don't count out the Lightning. I know everyone, what we saw last night, Brett, with Kimberly really showing a lot of versatility and the dominating roster that we expect from them. Don't count out Appleton North just yet.
Well, no, because Kimberly and Appleton North now are the lone unbeatens when you look at Fox Valley Association play. North 2-1 overall, but 2-0 in the league. Kimberly 4-0 overall and 3-0 in the league. That's going to be a fun race. Don't sleep on, obviously, Hortonville. They're loaded. Don't sleep on Jim Brown's Appleton West team. They're 4-1 overall and 2-1 in league play. And Craig Hawley's Kaukauna team.
Yeah, they're
an improving team, too.
Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of young players. Hawley's team, I think they had one senior on that roster. And they have a lot of young players.
Younger sister, Maddie coming
McCabe.
up.
She looks great, and that team is going to be much better in February than it is right now. So that's good call, Brett.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to also Menasha's Jacob Everson, I want to say, heck of a shooter, heck of a scorer. He's averaging over 31 points per game right now for the Blue Jays. 6'2" senior. I'm looking at the WisSports.net bio on him. It says skilled point guard who can shoot from the perimeter while also playing good defense. Averaged nearly 10 points a game as a freshman, 16 as a sophomore, 19 as a junior. And as I said here on WisSports.net, he is averaging, let me get it up again, 31 a game right now through 4 games. So watch out for this kid.
We will. Good stuff there. Hey, want to talk real quick about the Fab Five. Rosie, we had them in last Wednesday night.
We did.
We talked about this previously on one of the live streams, but the boys actually did better than the girls.
They
with
did.
The creativity, didn't they?
They did. I was shocked. I didn't think.
Let me guess. Noah Miller, Little Shoots. Noah Miller leading the way.
Well, I don't know if he was leading the way, but he was a good kid.
He was quieter.
Really, Noah?
Yeah.
Let me run off the boys team, by the way. Noah Miller, Mason Hazert of Wrightstown, Noah Miller of Little Chute, by the way. Will Mahoney of Appleton West, Levi Borchert of Kimberly, and Donovan Ivory of Kaukauna.
No longer Ninehouse.
No longer Ninehouse.
He wants to be known as Levi Borchert.
That's right.
Boy,
he let us know.
That's a good five.
Yes,
That's a good starting five.
Yeah, and then the girls' side, Macy McGlone of Hortonville, Maddie Schreiber of Kimberly, McKaylee Kuhn of Hilbert, Hannah Vandenberg of Little Chute, and Callie Ginky of Freedom.
Good five there, too.
Yeah, it was very tall in this room.
Yeah, McGlone is a legit 6'3". She's going to be a great college
Hannah
player.
Vandenberg is, what, 6'? What do they have her
She's
at?
6'2", 6'1", 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was pretty tall. Then because McGlone got here late, right?
Yeah, she did.
She walks in the room, and I'm like, oh, man, you're the real deal.
Yeah, she's a real deal going to UW
Holy
Milwaukee.
smokes.
So congratulations to her. Maddie Schreiber getting a lot of D1 looks, and so is Ginky as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, and you look at so far with our live streams, last week we did West and Kimberly, so we got Borchert and Mahoney, 2 of the Fab Five. Last night we had 2 of the Fab Five on the girls' side with Schreiber from Kimberly and McGlone from Hortonville. So next week I do see a potential live stream. Now I know you're going to be gone next week, but you will be back on Friday.
Day. Yeah, I'll be back Friday night.
Friday. Now this isn't for sure. I was just looking at the schedule, but another potential Fab Five matchup: Miller versus Hazard is Little Chutes at Wrightstown. So that could be a possibility.
Hey,
that's a game.
This would be Friday.
That would be next Friday.
We've done it from there before, so I'm fine with that setting.
Wrightstown's got a good setup, but I would have to excuse myself from doing that game. So maybe there's a former coach that has raised his hand and would like to help out with some of our streams if we need it. So that might be a chance for, I'm not going to say who, but for him to join. Well, I would have to be a dad that night.
Okay,
I can't do a game involving my son.
Understandable.
That's right.
But we'll look at all games that night,
games.
my friend. But yeah, that looks probably to be the best game on that Friday. Next Friday, we're talking about for the next possible live stream.
I mean, I want to get some Northeastern, and those are two of the top teams in the Northeastern. By the way, you mentioned Jacob Van Roy. He's got some energy.
Oh yeah,
big time energy. Saw him against Marinette, and I think he was playing defense with the guys all over that sideline.
Is he very animated like Lucky Wirtz?
I would say more animated than Lucky Wirtz.
Lucky Wirtz claps his hands and he has his hands on his knees. He's like imploring his guys to play.
He's yelling hands high and he's got his hands high. And I know my son. I'll just put it out there. He plays for Little Chute and he was laughing. He said the first practice, he was laughing. He said coach was just dripping with sweat.
Wow,
that's good.
Players can see that. They love that.
They love playing for him, and he's a good guy. So I think you'll enjoy meeting him.
Does Lucky does he have the towel draped over him during the games?
Yeah, he has a towel.
Okay, so does his
Milky.
assistant. Milky, yeah. So they got
that.
Now 2 guys with towels draped.
That was the old John Thompson was the first guy that I remember doing that from the old Georgetown
And what
days.
about Jerry Tarkini who would bite the towel?
Yeah, Hoya Paranoia. Remember that with Patrick Ewing?
That's a little too before my time.
You're not that much younger
than
me.
I was like 8, 9 years old when Ewing was playing for
You're 3 years younger
Hoya.
than me. Quit making it sound like you're 25.
I don't know. I'm 27.
You're a
30.
middle-aged man. Deal with it.
Oh, I love it. But anyway, let's switch topics, all right?
See that?
Hey, speaking of top girls teams, Wrightstown's Ella Denny and Bridget Froke are in tonight. thank you again to Coach Froelke for letting me have the girls on. They're bringing the whole team,
Good.
Rosie. So be ready.
Oh, all
my
right.
friend.
Okay.
And it's going to be a whole lot
Good
of
to
fun.
know.
They're amped, and Brett, they're putting up some great numbers,
Yeah,
and
they
they're
are.
doing the thing again over there at Wrightstown. And this is a team that's been to the state tournament. Last year they got to the sectional final, lost to Amherst.
Sectional semi.
Sectional semi, that's right. And then
We streamed
Amherst
that
went
one.
on. So this is a team that has designs on getting back up to the Rec Center. So we're happy to have them on to talk about the great season. Both these girls are underclassmen, so they have a nice young nucleus that's going to be there for a while. So this is why this Wrightstown team is going to be good for the next foreseeable future. Anyway, the next foreseeable couple of years.
Yeah, Denny averaging a league best 24.3 points per game for the Tigers. And I know that's, I forget the email that you sent me what Mike said, but one of the better scoring averages in the state, his daughter, Bridget Froelke, averaging over 10 assists per game. Apparently that leads the state.
Wow, that's incredible.
She's also a really good three-point shooter, but you look at that race, you got Wrightstown and Freedom atop at 3-0. Luxembourg Casco 2-1. O'Connell Falls 2-1.
Okay.
And then you got kind of the rest that are under 500. Little Chute and Clintonville, Denmark, all at 1-2. So
well, we're excited.
yeah,
I'm
it's gonna be
excited to
fun.
have them on. And
It's always fun when they come on. I like talking to Mike. He's a former newspaper
he's
guy.
a former
isn't he?
newspaper guy, and he's always been very nice to us and always been very helpful to us. So we appreciate him allowing access to his players tonight. Again, in Wrightstown, again, they're bringing the whole team, so it's going to be wild. So be sure to check that out again, 7 o'clock tonight on postcrescent.com, also on facebook.com/postcrescent. So this fantasy draft, Brett. So
Wow, we got through it fast.
yeah, we did. It's almost time here.
Why are you so crabby today?
I'm not crabby. I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to do this without Trent. I'm off my game because Trent's not here, Brett.
Well, we've done it without Trent before. No
Yeah.
offense, Trent. But
Hey,
we
you'll
used to
take
be-
offense.
We used to be a three-man team.
Yeah, well, we're a better foursome team.
How are we? Why do we need 4 people for the podcast, but we only do 3 people for the live streams? It would seem like that would be
Yeah.
backwards, right,
Yeah.
Rosie?
I like
Yeah.
having
We want
four-
more
I like
hands on
having
deck.
4
Gives
people
us an
on.
extra camera. And
Yeah, I mean
all
it's
that.
more setup.
Because
Yeah.
first off, Trent has to be in here like at 4 in the morning.
Oh, get over it. He's young.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
Trent,
young.
I know you're listening. Man up.
He
No,
can
easy.
just drink Monster drinks or
He knows-
something.
he knows I'm
He'll be
kidding.
fine.
okay. Well, yeah. Well, our topic is top TV game shows.
Yes,
so,
I picked the topic.
and you did, and I will be participating in this because we will have it judged for now by the Twitter peoples. So I'm going to
All
put
right.
it on a poll, and then we'll see who picks what. Brett, of course, is going to vote for himself.
Yep.
All
I
right.
think I'm the leader with 3 victories so far this
I have
season.
3 too.
And
Also,
Ricardo and Trent, we're tied.
yeah,
And
we're
we're
tied.
the only ones who have won anything.
Yeah.
That's
I have
'cause we're good
none.
at- Anybody watching the stream online can vote as well.
Yeah, feel free to do that.
Yeah.
Well, here, this is
On
what we're going to
Facebook.
do. I think, Brett, you went first last week, right, Rosie?
I have no idea.
Oh, I can't
Yes, I
remember.
believe
You
it
did
was
because you went
Rosie-
first 2 weeks
it was
ago.
Rosie,
'Cause-
Trent,
yeah, I
me.
did The Simpsons, I think, didn't I?
Okay.
That was my first
Terrible
pick.
pick.
That was awesome. I go stuff I like, not what's going to be popular.
So who's going first?
I guess I'll go first, unless
Okay.
you want to go first.
No. So it'd
Okay.
be you, me, and then Rosie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So me, Brett, and then Rosie.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, so again, top TV game shows, we all know, and they go back years now. Now you can reach all the way back to the 50s and things like
Oh,
that
I
if
am.
you want to.
Yeah.
Rosie's
Because
gonna come up with some
with
obscure
us,
ones.
yeah, with us 3, we're a little bit older than Trent, so I think
I'm
we're
glad you
doing
can
pretty
finally
well.
admit
yes,
it.
we're older than Trent, a little bit older than that young man. So with the first pick on TV game shows, I'm going with Jeopardy.
Okay.
Okay.
Brett, you are up.
It was going to be either that. I felt very advantageous being in this position because I knew one of the top 2 were going to go, Jeopardy, and of course I got to go with the mainstay, The Price is Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Great
And
pick,
I would
Brett.
even go back to Bob Barker and Barker's Beauties.
Great stuff.
Still
Not too-
going. Not a big fan of Drew Carey, but
He's okay.
the game show
he's
is
all right.
legendary.
Rosie, you get 2, my friend.
I want to go with the Gong shows.
The Gong Show. Wow, you are going old. Rosie always
Yeah.
goes old show.
He does. That's a good one.
And
You have one more, my friend.
The next one would be the Newlywed Game.
Oh,
Newlywed.
really?
love that.
Leave him alone. If he wants to go with it,
I
let him
love
go
that
with
one.
it. Okay, Brett, you're up again.
I got to go with another classic, a long-running show, Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, good pick.
It's good.
It's always a
good.
family contest to
It
see
is.
who can
It is.
solve the puzzles
That
first.
and Jeopardy is at our
Okay,
house.
my pick for the second round, Family Feud.
Yep, Richard Dawson
Yep.
Family Feud, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I like them all actually. The Harvey one, I'm more used to now.
You know,
'cause I've
can
seen
I
it.
can I interrupt?
Do
I
not
was-
denounce Harvey. I love Steve Harvey.
Family Feud has gotten really bad, really smutty. And,
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has. The topics.
No.
My wife and both my wife and I. There were a couple topics. We're looking at each other like we're turning the channel. Are you kidding me?
Turning the channel?
It's terrible.
Oh, come on, dude. It's PG-13
It is
at the
not
most.
PG. It's like some of these topics. What are you guys talking about?
I don't know.
Terrible.
I think
It's something that a kid should not watch.
he's showing his age. Am I right,
He is.
Rosie?
You know,
Those darn kids, turn
Yeah.
it down.
smut
No,
is what it is.
Smut. Listen to you. Okay, so let me review what we have picked already. Okay, so we're through 2 rounds now. I started, my first overall pick was Jeopardy. Brent with The Price is Right. Great pick, by the way. Rosie's The Gong Show. A little bit out of the box. And then his first in the second round was the Newlywed Show. Brett's was Wheel of Fortune. That was his second round pick. And then mine is Family Feud.
It's a good race right now.
Okay.
I would say you and I are leading, though.
This is
I want
tough
us
because
outside.
I love The Price is Right, by the way.
What's your favorite game on The Price is Right?
Oh, it's well. I don't. Do they still do it anymore? It's the one where the little hiker guy is
Yes,
going up the.
he's yodeling.
Yoddy-doody. But it's either that or Plinko.
Plinko's a good one. I always like the golf hole-in-one.
Oh,
or two.
sure.
How about
Yeah.
Safecracker?
Safecracker's good.
They're playing the Pink Panther tune.
Yeah.
What's the one where they have like the little it's a price range and then it has to fit in this little like it's like a green price range
yep.
and then they show the little thing
what is
and you
that?
got to fit
Something
it in
range, I thought it was called. Yeah.
there. That's my Rosie. What about you?
I always like the car guessing. We get the front half of the car.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
And the
How
second.
about the one where they
back half.
have to punch holes in there and try to find the big money?
Oh yeah, that's good
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know the one I don't like is when where the people have to be physically moving, like the one where you got to go and check out the prices and then go back and see if it's because they always have some poor fat guy on there and he's isn't very mobile, and that's him at a disadvantage. That's not fair. So I wish they would not do that anymore. But anyway,
Classic stuff.
we're going into the third round of TV game shows. But this really has me stumped now, Brett, because some of the best ones are off the mark here. But I'm gonna go with one that I always thoroughly enjoy because of the celebrity component. Is it the $25,000 pyramid?
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really
Okay,
good
so
one.
I'm going with $25,000 pyramid.
You going with like Dick Clark?
Yeah, because I enjoyed watching that as a kid.
Michael Strahan now the host.
Okay.
does it
Wow.
at nighttime.
Really?
Okay, so Brett, you're up here.
I'm gonna go with. There's 2 that I'm thinking about, but I'm gonna go with the classic '80s Big Bucks No Whammy.
Oh yeah, sure.
Press Your Luck. I loved
Your
that
Luck.
game
Oh, yeah,
show.
yeah.
I
Press Your
loved
Luck.
it. And remember, look it up. Some guy figured out the formula. He figured out the pattern.
Really?
Yeah, look it up on
That's
YouTube
weird.
or whatever.
It's like that one guy from Price is Right who knows like every prices, and he got the what's the thing they play at the end?
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He
Showcase Showdown.
Showcase Showdown. He
Yeah.
got the price exactly right, and people thought that
Really?
he was cheating, but no, he was kind of like Rain Man from the movie Rain Man. He memorized all the prices and added it up in his head. Just weird stuff. Now, Rosie, you have these next 2 picks. Now, third and fourth round.
All right.
Your final picks, by the way.
I'm gonna go with Match Game.
yes,
Okay.
with Gene Rayburn.
Gene
Way back
Rayburn
with that real
yep.
skinny
yeah, the real skinny mic.
microphone. That's a good one.
I always loved his delivery. That was great. And my last one will be the Hollywood Squares.
Good one.
That's a good one too.
Actually, that's the one I was thinking of too, Rosie, before 25,000 pyramid, but that's a good one.
Now it's
Very
my
good.
turn.
Your turn, Brett.
Boy, there's still some good ones out there. There's one I want to pick, but I'm afraid that it's going to eliminate me.
There's one that I can't
Remember,
believe
it's
you
up to
guys haven't
Twitterverse.
picked yet.
I'm going to go outside the box, and I'm going to say, if you guys watch Nickelodeon, do you remember Double Dare?
Sure.
Where you had to
Yes.
do all
Oh,
these physical
Yes,
challenges.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yes, and you
I
got slime.
so badly wanted to be on that show because you were climbing all over syrup and
Sure.
whipped
Is
cream.
that your pick?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Put
That's
it
a good
in there.
pick.
You had to
I
look
love
for
that
the
game.
flag.
Yeah.
I'm not
Good
sure.
stuff. No, that's a great game. I mean, I don't know when the last time they had that. That was like in the late 80s.
I was
early
a
90s.
kid and I watched it religiously. I'm like, oh, I so bad want to be on this. I want to show my athleticism and how I can get through ice cream and chocolate syrup. You know, because that really
through
shows
it.
how what an athlete you are.
And if you fall down, you can eat some. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, so
Bonus.
my fourth round pick is going to be one that a little more recent, but one that I always watched in it when it first started up the first couple seasons, and that is what's the Millionaire Show?
Yeah,
You know,
Who Wants to Be a
Oh,
Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Ricardo, that was the one I was debating.
Okay.
Take that one or Double Dare.
Who Wants to
Yeah.
Be a Millionaire?
It's a good one.
It came up with that famous line. What do they do? when they want to make sure they got their final answer.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Regis Philbin hosted it.
Yeah. And it became part of the lexicon of America, the final answer.
You know what one we didn't pick was Tic-Tac-Doe.
No, we didn't do that.
Or Joker's Wild.
Joker's Wild.
That was on my list.
Let's Make a Deal.
That's still going
or
on.
Or the dating game.
Dating game.
I never liked those dating games.
What's the one? Where they have to guess the profession. What's
Guess
the
My
name?
Line or
Guess
something.
My Line. Yeah,
something.
I even like that Beat Shazam. That was fun. It's only been around for like one season, but it was still fun.
Okay, well, good one. Well, here we go. Let's review and then up to Twitterverse to figure out who had the best show or who had the best list. Mine, I picked first, goes like this: Jeopardy, Family Feud, $25,000 Pyramid, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, Brett's The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, Press Your Luck, and Double Dare. And Rosie's is The Gong Show, The Newlywed Show, Match Game, and Hollywood Squares. So, Trent, by the way, you're more than welcome to chime in on Twitter or whatever. Your thoughts. I'm actually gonna put this. I've been saying this for a while, but now I have to because we have to make sure this is up so that Twitterverse can vote. And I want to put it in poll form. So we'll go from there. And then how many days do you think I should put that on there, Brett? 3 days, maybe?
Sure. Whatever. Can you put all those in poll form? Can you do that on Twitter?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you...
In poll form, I'm going to just say Brett's, Ricardo's, Rosie's. And then I'll have a picture of the list under it so people can see. So
you're going to have to tell some of these younger Twitter people you're going to have to YouTube some of this
stuff. Listen to you. It's your fault for picking the Gong Show. No one told you to pick the Gong Show.
Anybody watching on the Facebook stream, give your vote too. You can get an early start on voting. But
there we go.
I think mine was pretty solid. I'd say I'm the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Yours is solid, and it has some, Double Dare was kind of like out of nowhere that kind of came out because I totally forgot about that show.
Watch it, folks. Watch it on YouTube.
It's a good show. I watched it as a kid as well. So
Wendy Reed wondering if we had to put a 3-second delay in the program after Jake Kumro on Clubhouse Live Monday said the SH bleep word.
I heard him do that.
I didn't catch it live. I caught it on the replay, and he was one of those where he put his head down. He knew exactly what he did. By the way, Jake Kumro, a good guy.
An excellent guy.
Fun guy to be around.
Good host.
Picked the wrong school. Should have been UW Stevens Point.
Let it go, man.
Like I said last night, we mentioned UW Stevens Point, UW Milwaukee. He went to UW Whitewater, but no love for UW Stout.
Are they still a school?
They are.
They didn't close. They didn't close down the campus
No.
from lack of interest. Okay, I didn't
Easy
know.
now. That's
everybody
nice,
from
that's
Minnesota
a nice
comes
state.
down there.
It's a nice area of the state, but I mean, it pales in comparison to the great Harvard of the Midwest, UW Stevens Point.
Where is Stout? It's way up in Superior?
No,
it's Menominee.
Oh, okay.
By Eau Claire.
UW Superior used to be a school, though, right?
It still is.
Oh, okay.
And River Falls.
It used to be a school.
I'm just saying, they're like, you might as well be up in the moon, in my opinion, if you're up there in Superior, man, out of civilization.
I don't know of anybody personally who went to UW Superior.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger went there.
But I don't know him personally.
Arnold?
No.
He did go there, though, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like Harrison Ford went to Ripon College.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Arnold went to Superior, then he get out. Sorry, I had to do that.
There you go.
That's my Terminator there. Okay, great. Well, hey,
All right.
Another great show. We'll may be back next Wednesday. I don't know if that's the case. Then Brett and Mike Sherry will be here
Maybe.
around the table. But, to find out, I guess go to facebook.com/Varsity Roundtable. We'll update everyone by using the Varsity Roundtable page. And we'll also update it on Twitter as well if we're going to have a show next week. If not, see you 2 weeks from now, right? And, that'll be on the 22nd, I want to say.
2 weeks from now would be the 19th.
19th.
14 plus 5 is 19.
Wait, I went to UW Milwaukee.
Yeah,
My
they don't
math's
have
not
a
very
football
good.
team there either.
No,
by
they
the way.
don't. Division I basketball team, though.
Yeah,
So,
nah.
anyway.
Division I in name only.
Anyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here for another episode of the R&B Show. Take us away, Brett.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Did you hit it?
center.
I think you're
Was
right
it?
underneath. You're
Okay.
underneath.
I thought it was underneath.
Nope, I'm going to watch it on a replay.
What do I know?
Perfect.